What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everybody's doing well. So what a day it's been. I mean, the whole week in general has been super tough with the news, the unexpected tweets, and just so much more. Things have just been super tough. But we spoke about this 2 days ago, and I mentioned to you that sometimes during your trading weeks, even months, sometimes even quarters, things are just going to be really hard. And I know everybody wants to win their trades. Everybody wants to, get good results because of the amount of work, the time, the energy that you're putting in. But sometimes you have to just learn that, guess what? It's not always going to work like that. And if anybody was to take anything away from what we spoke about on Tuesday, that's just sometimes to be patient, step away from the markets, wait for the markets to, do its thing, create some true form structure, give a true directional bias of where it's going, true trend, meaning higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, that sort of thing, and then look to get in your trades. Now, I did mention that the majority of trading is all psychological, and how you deal with those bad days is what's really going to define your success as a trader for the long run. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Tuesday wasn't the best of days to trade, clearly because of the news. Some people got in some fantastic trades and whatever else. And then we come back Wednesday, which was okay, but wasn't the greatest either. And now we arrive to Thursday. And I mean, I've had a fantastic day, and I'm sure a lot of you traders have had a fantastic day as well, because the markets have provided some unbelievable opportunities for all traders. I'm almost guaranteed all traders. And it's these times, these days, that you have to be willing to be patient and wait for. If it didn't come today, then you have to exercise that discipline to continue to wait for tomorrow. Let the weekend go by, come back Monday, right? And if you took the advice I mentioned on Tuesday, and Wednesday was as bad as Tuesday was, then what you need to be doing as a trader is avoiding trading on those days. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to build your balance. You don't want to progress. You don't want to get to a stage where you're doing really well, and then all of a sudden, because the markets are going flat or not providing opportunities, you then decide to give everything back because you can't help chasing. You can't get over the fact that you've just lost. You constantly have that greed factor. And I don't really think it's greed, but just that need to win, to validate your success, or to at least just prove to yourself that what I'm doing is right, or maintain that confidence, shall we say. Doesn't happen. But you don't want to give back, right? And the reason why is because the way I view my account balance is almost like my ammunition. Every time I go into the markets, I go into the markets for war. Not war like that, but war, right? And I don't want to just be letting my ammunition off left, right, and center, because guess what? When it runs out, then I'm not going to be prepared for the battle, or I'm not going to be able to continue my quest. That was such a poor illustration, but you get what I mean, right? Whereas if you're patient and you recognize today's not the day, I don't want to shoot just randomly, willy-nilly all over the place. I want to direct what I'm doing properly. You step away. You come back on Wednesday. It's not so great. You step away. You come back Thursday with the same plan, same execution, same patience, same discipline, and guess what? Your shots just line up, everything's clear, you hit the target. Now, if you're patient, guess what? You have enough ammunition to just keep going and keep going whilst the coast is clear, and you can capitalize, right? But if you're giving away all your profits and you're just taking trades willy-nilly, all you're going to be doing on the days that you should have been trading, or the days that provide those patterns and those opportunities, is just clawing back to break even. And that's where the satisfaction level, or the desire, is never met. You have a crave to win, but you lose. Then you get to a stage or a day like today and there's great trading opportunities, you win, but then you're never satisfied. That's where the problems happen, right? You're never satisfied because now you're only back to break even, but you're thinking, if I didn't lose on Tuesday and Wednesday, guess where I'd be? I'd be in a lot more profit than I already am. So you have to find the right time. Traders, you have to find the right time. Today was that right time for me and for my community. I'm very happy. We had some epic trades on the live session. I want to share a few of them with you. And I want you to see the difference in my character. Tuesday, I took 3 losses. I admit it, right? Part of trading, it is what it is. Come back on yesterday, done okay. Come back today, and guess what? Today was Rox's day. Today was your day. The markets provided and I capitalized. So those 3 losses that I took is only 1 winning trade. Who cares? What do you do? You know, if I trade a 1-3 risk reward ratio, then that's covered, baby. That's covered with 1 trade. And that's exactly what happened. And yeah, I just want to share that with you. Anyway, should we roll the intro, or have we rolled the intro already? I don't even know. But anyway, let's head over to the screens. So we were trading GU today on the live session with my community, and this is where we started our journey, right over here. Now, you can clearly see we had to wait some time. I mean, how long did we have to wait for our trade? We had to wait about an hour and 15 minutes, which ain't bad, to be honest with you. Our last 2 live sessions, we've had to wait over 2 hours. So that's not bad, an hour really. But let's talk about my first trade this morning. So I'm up every morning, very early. I just like to have my time, my space to do my thing, to be able to just do my morning routine, get some quiet time, just prepare my mind for the charts, right? What was my thought process coming into the market this morning? Well, I just thought it could be another difficult day for sure, but the way the market works, you can't have a bad day on Tuesday. You can't have a bad day on Wednesday, or an okay day on Wednesday and not have a good day at some point this week. So I was very optimistic. Now, my trade doesn't show that I was optimistic. My trade shows that I was quite aggressive with my entry. And for sure, I mean, there's fear of missing out and there's fear of taking a trade. And then here there's just taking a trade, probably just with 1 less confidence than I would normally like. So what was my thought process? Well, GU 1 minute time frame. There was no news this morning after checking it. And what I'm looking at here is a trend that's pushing to the upside. Now, what do I suspect when a trend's pushing to the upside? Well, I expect it to make higher highs, higher lows, and eventually make a new higher high, and then continue to rally this market up, right? So if I'm looking at the market at this stage here, and I see a higher low is formed, what am I expecting? Simple maths, right? I'm expecting the market eventually to make a new higher high. Now, once the market starts to show signs that it's failing to make a new higher high, and then price starts to break previous structural lows, what's that a sign of to me in terms of market behavior? Well, there's potentially going to be a reversal. Not confirmed, bullish pressures depleting, higher highs not being made. What's the deal, GU? What are we doing? So I waited patiently and I continued to wait patiently. And you can see we had a breakout. So the market here had a breakout, a break back in, and then a breakout to the upside. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Maybe it's not maybe it's not sells right now. Maybe we're still looking for buyers. So just continue with the patience. Now, I'm a double top trader, but I'm not a double top trader at structural highs. I only take double tops and double bottoms when the market is trending. Better confirmation and easier to trade with momentum. So then I waited patiently, and what do we have again? We have another break to the downside. To me, this was gorgeous, and I said, you know what? We're failing to break for a second time. The bulls are taking profits, sellers are stepping into the market, bulls are just failing to continue to rally this up. Let's wait. Now, I saw price come into this level really strong. I saw that price had made a new low, meaning that this is the high. If price makes a new low below this, not only do we have a triple top here, we also have a new lower low and a potential lower high. So now I'm waiting for confirmation. What am I looking for? Wick rejections. Or, in this instance, a strong bearish candle to the downside. Now, as I said, it's pretty aggressive because I do look for 2-wick rejections, I won't lie. But on this occasion, I decided to go for the trade, feeling confident about the behavior, feeling confident about the structure, feeling very confident with this bearish momentum. I'm suspecting the market to continue pushing bearish. And what then am I hoping for? Well, I'm hoping for the market to continue to respect the high, the lower, the lower low, and eventually make a new what? Lower low. Pop this trade to break even, and what am I targeting? I'm targeting these structural lows. Clean price action to the left. If we can get through some of these structural lows, we should be continuing down. This trade I just left running. There was not a TP set for this, and I managed to bank 1 to 5 on this trade, which was absolutely gorgeous. But it's a simple thought process that you need to be zeroing in on, because that's what's important, and that's really what's going to develop you as a consistent and profitable trader. Not just taking trades based on patterns, triple top, double bottoms, all of that lark. It's about identifying behavior, understanding what the structure is doing, and then really going from there. Then the second trade was taken on the live session with my members. We were over here at this time. We were waiting for the market just to create structure, trying to figure out what London was going to do for us, etc., etc. And then we decided just to continue to wait patiently, looking for trades on the way up, looking for trades in and around these areas. And it was at this point that things started to make itself clear from a behavioral perspective. Trend up, deep pullback, and then a continuation. Trend up, deep pullback, and then a continuation. But look, what is price supposed to do if it's going to continue to push up in a trend? Make a higher high. It never did. So what's that starting to form for us now? It's starting to form a high, a low, and then what? I was just about to look at the camera there. And then what? A potential lower low, right? But I trade the 1 minute. I'm not trading higher time frames, and if I was, you can go in for trades like this. But from a lower time frame perspective, I need to see structure being violated. I need to see that the bears are in control. I need to see that they're going to push the market down. Let's clear this up a little bit because this is a tad too messy. All right. So that's that. That's that stage where we're at now, okay? So then I saw the lower high starting to form, and I said, look, if this market's going to continue to go down, I need it to violate structure. What structure do I want it to violate? Well, I want it to violate what could be the higher low that would have made this higher high, but is now failing to make this higher high. What happened next? A violation of that structure. That was the point where I said, and it wasn't just planned because of the break, we were planning this all the way from up here. We said we're waiting for this price to break structure, and then we're looking for evidence to take this trade. And as you can see, we had that break above structure. Now, what am I waiting for next? Well, I'm waiting for price to respect this key level. I do not want price to break back above this key level. Why? Well, if price breaks above this key level, what pattern starts to form now? Well, it forms a structural low, price respecting that structural low. And then if we draw in a red arrow, what does it form? A double bottom. And that's not what I wanted for this trade. So if the bears were going to continue to take over this market and continue to push down with this potential reversal, this potential high, low, lower high, and lower low, then what I'm suspecting the market to do is hold at this level. As you can clearly see what happened, we had one bullish candle. At this point in time, I said no trades. We need one more candle to close in our direction, or we need an indecision to get into this market before we place an entry. What happened? We waited patiently. Now, we're not jumping into these trades. We're showing that we're patient. So if the candle, the next 1 minute candle pushed up, we avoid taking a trade and losing. If the candle pushed down and continued in our direction, unfortunately, we missed a trade. But if the candle does exactly as what we planned, and then sticks at that level and holds and closes bearish, guess what? We're going into this trade. And this is not how I entered it. I apologize. I entered it down here because I needed room for my sell stop. So this is how it was. So at this stage, the break had happened. We're waiting for an indecision or a retest of this structure. It was too bullish. We stayed away. We needed one more close. We had the close. And then we planned our trade by setting our sell stop just at the low of this candle, meaning that if price broke this structural low, we would now form true structure, in this market. Man, this is difficult. Choose structure in this market. High, potential higher low, failure to make the higher high, then potential high low, lower high, and then expect the lower low. At this point in time, the sell stop was set. We were all sitting there, wherever we was, anticipating what would happen next. A 3 pip stop loss, all you need on the 1 minute time frame, especially trading GU. Then the market triggered me in. This happens, but we have faith. We have faith that the market's going to continue down. We're just lacking the momentum. So we're patient, with no fear, no nothing. Guess what? Momentum kicks in again. Guess what? Momentum kicks in again. When the market pushed down to around this level here, I put my stop loss to half. Why? I don't need to risk any more than I already have risked now. Why? The market is already in action. It's pushing down. The momentum is in play. It should just go down. If it doesn't, I want to be out of the markets. I want to save myself a life, and I want to be able to trade again. The market then held for a little bit, and then boom. It was at this stage that we set this trade to break even. We were just sitting there, twiddling our fingers, and then before you knew it, as anticipated, the momentum just continued to push down. We applauded, we clapped, and we finished our live trading session in about 1 hour and 15 minutes. We carried on to trade the markets and look at a few other pairs, just to name a few. Some EU trades over here. We were looking at some potentials on, even more on GU actually. Let's head back over to GU. These buys over here, we called these buys absolutely gorgeous, straight back to these highs where we anticipated, and just a few other pairs. Here's also another example here of a momentum shift, price breaking above structure, retesting and continue up. You know, the list goes on, guys. But yeah, that was my trading session. So I hope you could gather something from that. You know, trading is not just about let's wait for the patterns to come. Let's just take the trades when the patterns arrive. It's about understanding what structure is doing, understanding the behavior. That's the key. That's the secret to your success as a trader. Reading the candles, understanding why price is breaking structure, why it's respecting structure, when the momentum's going to kick in. And you will find a lot of my trades that I take, when I enter a trade, the momentum just flies. I don't know why. But I guess it's got something to do with me understanding the behavior of the market. And if you find yourself just taking trades willy-nilly, you're not really understanding why you're taking them, but you're taking them because they're at support and resistance levels, or because you're a supply and demand trader, or because price has tapped into a level it hasn't broken before, you've got to reconsider what you're doing, because you don't want to be first into the trades all the time. You can be second and third, and you still can make a ton of money. So consider that. Go through this video one more time, and just figure out, or it's horrible when you forget what you want to say, or you just stumble on your words, especially when you're being recorded and you're not going to edit it out. Just think about why you're really taking the trade, have a true meaning behind it, and when you do and you lose those trades, guess what? You just don't feel as bad. They say plan your trade, trade your plan. Believe me, it is the most important thing that you can do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, family. Smash that like button for me. Turn on notifications. Subscribe if you haven't, or subscribe if you haven't. Turn on notifications. And until next time, trust the process.